James, a lot more important than this football game is the way we live our life 24/7, and that's for the Lord. And just as a player sitting here at the Super Bowl, one of the biggest platforms, if not biggest, that you could possibly put yourself in, and yet you're not ashamed to give a shout out to the Lord.
Oh, not at all. I mean, he's the main reason why we're all here. Every morning I wake up, every day I take the practice field, every day I take the game field. I get on my knees and I thank the Lord, because without him, there is no James Jones, and he made this all possible for me. From where I came from to where I'm at now, it's all by the grace of God. So, the least I can do.
Tell us your story that as you growing up, you went through some very hard times. Life has not been easy, but you're that one. You have not forgot where you came from. Your mother, for an example, and you still today you fought because you've not forgot that without him you're nothing.
You know what? It's funny because as a little kid, when you're growing up in the homeless shelters, you really don't understand why. You don't understand why it's happening to you. You see all these kids, they got everything they want. You're over here, you're a good kid, and you don't really have, nothing really. But, the way that my mother raised me, even with us being in the homeless shelters, the faith that she showed, and me watching her and just seeing her belief in the Lord, she just brought me along with her. And, while we're in the homeless shelter, she's reading the Bibles. She when I would get discouraged, she would just say, don't worry, it's going to get better. Just have faith. And that's kind of how I, made it through, all the tough times. Is just with my mom and just having faith that believing in God and what my mom was saying to me that, everything is going to get better. And that's kind of how I live my life today. Every day I wake up, even if it's a bad day, from what I've gone through, I just tell myself it's going to get better, with the faith in God. God has a plan for me. And with that security, with the relationship I have with God, I know he has a plan for me in everything that he does. So I don't question anything, I don't do any of that stuff because I know where he's brought me from, he's going to lead me in the right direction.
In the locker room before the game, guys be listening to music. And what's in your headphones before the game that gets you pumped up for the game?
You know what? I got a little bit of everything, but basically before the game, I like to relax, so I'll have some gospel in there. I may even have some slow jams in there, but, I'll have some gospel in there to uplift me and know that when I step on that field, the Lord is with me.
You talk about growing up in a homeless shelter, and I grew up poor too. My mom was a prostitute. My dad was a heroin addict. Give us a little bit about some of that adversity that you've gone through and what that kind of built in you.
Oh, man, the main thing it built in me was to appreciate the little things so much more. We take so much for granted. It's crazy because, we got a cafeteria in Green Bay, and, it's unlimited food, unlimited omelets, unlimited everything from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and sometimes you get guys going in there and they're saying, oh, man, the same stuff every day. When you live in a homeless shelter, you're like, man, I eat this every day. They don't understand what I was eating 10 years ago, when you grow up in a homeless shelter, you just learn how to appreciate the little things a lot more. And it definitely made me a stronger man. It made me the man I am today. When adversity hits me, I know how to answer it. I know how to respond to it. And, it definitely made me a better person.
I do prison ministry all over the country. It's a funny thing to say, but I live inside prison. And I have a lot of prisoners watching. Football is the biggest sport in any prison in America. Prison population is the largest industry in our country today. We add 1,100 new faces in prison every single day. But I have some guys in prison that will be watching this. And if you just give a shout out to all those wonderful men and women behind prison's door and just let them know that God loves them, and it's never too late with God.
You are 100% correct. All you guys who are in prison, my uncle just got out of prison for 27 years, and he will actually be at the game on Sunday. So, keep your faith, never give up your faith. Like I always say, better days are ahead of you. I don't know what your sentence is or any of that, but keep your faith because God can do anything, and believe in him, and you will be blessed.
All right.